Hello, this is Engineer Joseph Celeste, alumni top-notcher and an instructor of Keep Up Education. So by the time na ma-upload tong video na to, it will be about a week before the start ng April 2023 CU Board exams. So para sa upcoming batch of takers and for the future takers na rin na manonood ng video na to, I'll share with you some final tips on the things that you can do and the things that you can prepare para sa remaining days before the actual boards, during the actual board itself, and even after the board exams. Now, these tips and reminders came from my very recent experience lang noong November 2022. So, these are a combination ng, I think, best practices na nagawa ko and things that I could have done to have prepared better nung nag-take ako ng boards. So, keep watching until the end of this video. Sa remaining few days or final week before the actual board exam, ito na siguro yung pinaka-crucial days para i-condition nyo yung sarili nyo. Pero conditioning hindi para sa concepts at theories na kailangan mo sa boards. No, you actually had months for that na. Ang tinutukoy kong conditioning dito para sa inyong katawan, your physical condition. Kaya for my very first tip, rest. Make sure na by this time, dapat nagpapahinga na kayo. Your body deserves it after months of intense review ba naman. And tandaan nyo, sayang yung dami ng inaral, yung concepts, theories, formulas, or terms kung pagdating sa actual board exams, hindi nyo na sila magamit kasi sobrang nangihina na yung katawan nyo. And despite the boards being a mental battle, gaya nga ng sinabi ko previously, kailangan condition pa rin yung inyong katawan kasi tandaan nyo, you'll be taking an exam for hours tapos 2 days pa yan. So, iwasan nyo nang magpakapagod pa sa remaining days na to. And then, another tip na somehow related naman sa pagpapahinga is dapat by this time, you should adjust your sleeping schedule. Tandaan nyo, 8 AM kayo mag-e-exam for the 2 days ng boards. And dapat before 6 AM, nasa testing center na kayo for both of those days. So, hindi na pwede na yung madaling araw nagising kung yun man yung nakasanayan nyo. Mahirap kasi na kapag hindi tayo nakapag-adjust ng gising, baka malate or worse, mapa-absent pa tayo sa actual board exam dates. So, aim nyo siguro na dapat by this time natutulog na kayo ng 8 or 9 PM para after 6 to 8 hours, gising na kayo gaya ng actual na gising na need nyo para sa boards. Next tip ko, which might receive some backlash from you guys, is do not cram any additional lessons. Now, bakit? Well, for me, masisira kasi nito yung naset nyong momentum for the other subjects na naaral nyo na. Yung mga yun kasi, nag-devote kayo ng months para maaral and months din para i-refresh. And I think even up till now, nagre-refresh pa kayo. And ang mahirap kasi niyan, kapag nag-aral kayo ng mga bagong topics, lalo yung mga computational in nature, baka mahirapan tayo lalo in a few weeks na lang or in a few days rather na lang. Kailangan nyo silang aralin tapos kailangan nyo pa silang kabisiduhin. Mahirap kasi na ito, baka pag nahirapan tayong aralin sila or kabisiduhin, may stress pa tayo. Dapat, sabi ko nga, by this time, nagpapahinga na kayo. And for sure, tiwala naman ako sa inyo na marami na kayong naaral by this time. So, devote your time na lang para iscan yung mga notes nyo sa kanila, yung mga formulas nyo sa kanila. And kung talagang desidido kayo na magdagdag ng any more additional information sa inyong remaining days, I would suggest na mag-aral na lang kayo ng terms. Kasi light lang naman sila. Kahit marami yan, hindi sila ganun kabigat compared sa computational in nature. Then, for my fourth tip, verify your room assignment and visit your testing center in advance. Now, itong tip or reminder na to will heavily depend sa release ng room assignments from PRC. Kasi nagbabari to per batch. I think ang pinaka-latest was 3 days before their actual board exam dates. And in our case, about a week naman, ni-release din ni PRC. But regardless, kung kailan man ilabas to ni PRC for your batch, make sure na mabisita nyo yung inyong testing center in advance para ma-familiarize na kayo sa pupuntahan nyo. And para malaman nyo na rin kung gaano katagal bang travel or commute time yung iaalat nyo. Or pati na rin kung meron bang mapaparkingan ng motor o sasakyan, no? Kung medyo yamanin tayo. Mahirap kasi na sa actual board exam date nyo, pupuntahan pa lang yung inyong testing center. Baka maka-encounter kayo dyan ng any delay and baka malate pa kayo sa actual boards. And ang system naman ng room assignment is alphabetical. And kung saang region lang kayo nag-apply, dun kayo ma-assign ng room for the boards. Then, final tip para sa mga natitirang araw before the boards. Prepare your things. Of course, mayroon tayong mga kailangang dalhin para sa boards. And this include yung mga documents na nire-require ni PRC and yung mga gagamitin nyo mismo para sa pagsawat ng exam. And dapat nakalagay lahat ng to sa isang long, transparent or plastic envelope. Along also with a long brown envelope. So, pakita ko sa inyo yung envelope na dinala ko nung nag-take ako ng boards. So, itong mismo yun, yung plastic envelope, yung brown envelope, and pati yung ibang materials dito. So, pinaka-important na dito would be your NOA, your Notice of Admission. Kasi obviously, hindi kayo makakapag-take ng boards kahit anong type pa kayo ng taker, mapa first time o repeater, kung wala kayong dalang Notice of Admission. Now, aside sa NOA, dinala ko rin nun yung aking official receipt. Okay, so, printin ko to sa A4, I think. Pero I think hindi magmamatter yung size ng paper na ginamit as long as may ma-present kayo. And sa mga magtatanong kung saan to ma-access, you can actually download it from your respective Lerus accounts or kung saan kayo nag-apply for the boards online. Then of course, dapat dala nyo rin yung inyong Annex A and B. So, the informed consent form and the health declaration checklist. Now ito, nagdala ako ng physical copy na finilapan and pinirmahan ko nung nag-take ako ng boards. Pero may nilabas kasi yung Google Form sa amin. Now, I don't know lang for your batch kung kailan i-release din to ng PRC. Kasi sa amin, biglaan lang to ni-release, I think 1 or 2 days before the actual board exam. So, just to make sure, nagdala pa rin ako ng physical copy na filled up. And surprisingly, hiningi pa rin ng proctor. Pero for those na may dala lang naman daw. And aside from this, nagdala rin ako ng aking vaccine card or a photocopy of my vaccine card. Then, syempre, hindi mawawala yung ating calculator. So, ito yung ginamit kong calculator na nag-take ako last November. Kung makita nyo, nandito pa yung seal na nilagay nung nag-inspect ng aking calculator. And hindi ko pa rin siya tinatanggal kahit ginagamit ko to for work even up till now. So, baka kasi may swerte pa. Now, this is a case-to-case basis kasi other PRC regions or local offices require examinees to submit their calculators in advance for inspection. So, of course, nag-a-apply lang tong tip na to para sa mga hindi naman ni-require ng kanilang PRC offices na mag-submit. So, make sure na huwag nyo itong kakalimutan and make sure na nabilid nyo sila sa araw para dun sa mga solar-powered calcus or nakapagpalit kayo ng batteries. Yung iba, ang ginagawa, just to make sure na hindi pumalya yung kanilang calculator, is nagdadala sila ng backup calculator. And okay naman yun. I think yun yung best na backup na pwede mong gamitin or dalhin para sa boards. But in my case, ang kinaya lang na backup for my calcu is our extra batteries. Okay. So ito, nagdala ko extra batteries. And of course, small screwdriver. So ito yung dinala ko nung nag-take ako ng boards. Unfortunately, hindi ko naman sila ginamit kasi hindi ako sinukuhan ng aking calculator. Then of course, dito rin yung mga gagamitin natin for the exam itself. Your number 2 pencils, your eraser, sharpener, and your black ink ball pen. Now, for the pencils, number 2 pencils, I think ang nire-require ni PRC is 2 or more. And ang dinala ko nun ata is 3. Pero I think only 2 will do. And actually, isa lang yung nagamit ko nung nag-take ako ng boards. Kasi, andito na yung momentum. Parang, I think, may, swerte na sa akin yung pencil. So, hindi na ako nagpalit ng pencil during the board exam. And make sure lang na natasahan nyo na lahat ng dadalhin yung pencils kasi mahirap kung sa actual boards pa kayo magtatasa. Sayang yung oras. And I don't know kung naniniwala man kayo doon sa mga board traditions na magpapatasa ng pencil sa mga kakilala nilang top-notchers or sa kanilang instructor or kahit sinong nakapasa ng boards. And okay naman yun. I have no problem with that as long as it will give you that added confidence na kailangan nyo para sa boards. And then kung mapapansin nyo rin, may mga nakalagay ako ditong ID pictures. And di ko naman to nagamit sa actual boards. And kaya lang to pinadala for some examinees. Kasi kung matatandaan nyo, nung nag-apply tayo for the boards sa mismong PRC office, meron tayong index card na pinafilapan. And for those lang na wala pang picture doon, passport ID size, sila lang yung mga hiningan ng kanilang proctors nung parang index cards na paglalagyan or paglalagyan ng information kung kailan ka nag-take ng boards and kung ano yung status ng iyong application. Now, aside from these contents of your envelope, prepare nyo na rin in advance yung isusot nyo para sa boards. white polo shirt or blouse with no seals, logos, or markings, basta colored, okay yan. And para sa pangbaba, any decent pants or slacks will do. But as for the footwear, I think this will be a case-to-case basis. Kasi some regions, nung nag-take kami, was strict on the footwear. May ilan talagang nag-require ng black shoes or black formal shoes yung isusuot ng mga examinees. So, kindly coordinate na lang or email nyo your local PRC offices. Now, punta naman tayo para sa mga tips and reminders para sa araw ng mismong boards. So, first things first, don't be late. Dapat yung gising nyo sakto para may enough time kayo kumain, mag-ayos, mag-travel papunta sa testing center at makarating doon before 6 or 6:30 AM. Lalo sa first day, expect nyo mahaba yung pila dyan kasi magkakaroon ng inspection ng inyong magagamit. And sa first day din, may marami tayong to-fill up ang forms and sheets. So, hindi pwede na saktong 6 or saktong 8 AM kayo darating. And may advisory rin naman si PRC dito that latecomers will not be admitted. So, take note of that. And maganda rin talaga na maaga kayo sa inyong testing center para maka-adjust kayo sa init or lamig ng room doon. And para makapag last minute CR na rin before the start ng actual exam itself. Another important thing to do sa araw na mismong exam is to always listen to the instruction of your proctors. Crucial to kasi hindi tayo pwedeng magkamali sa mga finifill-upan nating forms. So, dapat lahat ng instructions na binibigay ng inyong proctors susundin nyo. And if may hindi kayo sure, you should always ask them muna. Mababait naman yung ating mga proctors as long as hindi tayo gagawa ng kalokohan sa mismong boards. Now, of course, the main tip para sa mismong araw ng boards is to focus on the exam. Ito na yung pinagandaan mo for months of your review and even years kung isasama mo yung naging schooling mo. So, give it your 110% focus and effort na. Huwag na tayong madidistract sa external surroundings and clear your mind. Kung ano lang yung subject na sinasagutan mo sa mga oras na yun, yun lang dapat yung laman ng iyong isipan. Then, if ever, pero wag naman sana, biglang kalagitnaan ng boards, panghinaan ka ng loob, or mahirapan ka na magsagot, ang best tip ko for this is to pause for a couple of minutes. Pahinga ka muna saglit. Dig deep and remember your reasons for taking the boards. Lalahanin mo bakit ka nga ba nagsimula. And I think this worked for me kasi nung nag-take ako last November during the second day or sa Principles of Structural Analysis and Design, meron na lang akong 1 hour to take about 20 or answer about around 20 items left sa aking exam. So, tumigil muna ako saglit. Inom muna, and then hingang malalim. Sabay sabak ulit. Then, siguro, like magic, it worked for me kasi I managed to answer those remaining items naman on time. So, if you ever find yourself in that similar situation, hopefully, this will work for you. Then, isa pa sa lessons learned ko last November is do not rush submitting your papers. Wala talaga ako nung nag-take ako ng boards, totoo pa lang may mga sobrang aga magpasa ng kanilang papers. Sa MST, yung pinakamaagang nag-submit sa room namin was 3 hours after taking the exam. Sa HGE, after 1 hour may nagpasa na, and sa STRAC, palain mo yun. Sa STRAC nung November 2022, may natapos na agad in 2 hours, tapos diretso uwi. Now, I don't know kung sobrang lupit lang talaga nila or what, pero I wouldn't recommend doing that pagdating sa actual boards. Walang bonus yun. So, sulitin nyo yung oras nyo. Maximize your time. If matapos kayo, edi i-review nyo yung sagot nyo for at least twice kung kaya pa. Di bali nang isagad nyo yung 4 or 5 hours ng exam kaysa umulit tayo ng 4 or 5 months ng review, di ba? Now, another lesson learned ko last November is do not discuss finished subjects. Ito talagang pinagbabawal ni PRC sa loob ng examination rooms or kahit sa loob ng testing centers. Kahit tapos na kayong lahat sa room nyo, hindi kayo pwedeng mag-discuss with your fellow examinees. But what I specifically want to discourage you ay yung i-discuss nyo yung mga nangyari nung day 1 subjects pagka-uwi nyo kahit meron pa kayong natitirang subject kinabukasan. Nung ginawa ko kasi to last November, pinanghinaan ako ng loob, pilingan pa doon sa natitirang subject. Kahit tanungin nyo pa yung parents ko, after the day 1 exam, ang bukang bibig ko is, bye-bye iPhone. Ang context kasi dito is that Keepup incentivizes its reviewee by giving iPhone, the latest model, dun sa mga magtatap nilang reviewee. So, nung na-realize ko na hindi ganun kaganda yung naging performance ko sa isang particular subject nung day 1, parang hindi na ako kinanahan na i-aim pa mag-top nung day 2. So, sabi ko, basta makapasa na lang. And ang mali ko noon is hindi ko inisip na tapos na yon. Pointless nang mag-overthink doon kasi napasa ko na yung mga papers ko doon. So, wala na akong magagawa. But, sabi ko nga, may magagawa pa ay para sa second day. So, if hindi nyo talaga maiwasang mag-overthink sa mga nangyari sa subjects ng day 1, edi gamitin nyo na lang sila as your motivations or reasons para galingan palalo sa second day. Tandaan nyo, it ain't over till it's over talaga. Now, aside from these tips, I'll also answer some frequently asked questions pagdating sa araw ng mismong board exam. Number 1, pwede ba magdala ng reviewers? Well, last November, may mga nakita akong nakapagdala ng reviewers nila sa testing center pero hindi na to umabot ng examination room. So, pinaiwan to dun sa parang inspection or information desk. And pwede mo namang i-claim kapag tapos ka na sa mga subjects sa araw na yon. Number 2, pwede bang magdala ng cellphone? Sa amin, nakapagdala naman ako and umabot naman to sa examination rooms. Pero ang mangyari doon is lahat ng gadgets nyo, lahat ng gadgets ng examinees, i-collate ng proctors, isi-seal, and ilalag nyo naman lahat ng isi-surrender nyong devices or gadgets. Tapos, pwede nyo silang i-claim kapag tapos na nga rin kayo sa mga exam sa araw na yon. Then, number 3, may scratch paper ba? Unfortunately, nung nag-take kami, walang pre-provide na scratch paper. Pero, pwede naman kayong magsagot or mag-solve sa inyong questionnaire. And, I think maganda yon kasi ang ginawa ko noon is sa questionnaire na ako, nag-scratch, dun na muna rin ako, nag-encircle ng mga answers ko. So, until na-finalize ko yung mga answers ko, na shade or in-encircle sa questionnaire rather, saka lang ako nag-shade nung dulo na ng exam. But make sure kung gagawin nyo to, yung hindi muna kayo mag-shade agad pagkasagot nyo, make sure sa dulo is may aalat kayong enough time or let's say around 15 minutes or 10 minutes para ma-shadean lahat. Okay? Kasi ang iba, pag ganito yung ginagawa, baka kulang yung inaalat nilang time sa pag-shade. So sayang kasi kumpleto na nila yung answers tapos kulang na lang ng oras sa pag-shade. Hindi yun valid reason para ma-extend yung exam time. Then, after the board exam, I only have one final tip which is sort of a friendly reminder lang din. Reward yourself. You did great for sure, I know that. Nalagpasan mo yung challenge ng board exam, kaya you deserve to reward yourself. Pwedeng bawi ka ng pahinga, kain ka kung saan mo gusto, pa-Thanksgiving ka, inom, combination of those, kahit ano pa yan. Basta you consider it as a recognition ng mga naging sacrifices at efforts mo para sa boards. Go for it. Deserve mo yan, engineer. Then, in a few days, claim mo na rin that you'll see your name in the list of passers. And in a few weeks, you'll see your name in the list of engineers who will be taking their own. And eventually, you'll see your name in your very own civil engineering license. So that's it for this video. Yun lang muna. And I wish you guys the best of luck. And I hope to see you all in the field someday as we all strive to build a sustainable future. Kita-kits engineers.